Hey there YouTube, this is Mr.Lubufu and welcome back to MTG Mastery. This time, pack openings of Urza's Saga block. Urza's Saga block, known to be very, very expensive to try and open because there are many busted cards in it. The set was really, really insane when it came to power level. If you guys need a quick refresher about all of the powerful cards and all the expensive cards in this set, go ahead and click anywhere on these packs and you'll be linked to that episode of Mastering Magic. Until then, we're just going to go ahead and start cracking these packs. As I said, very expensive packs, but you're playing a lottery in sorts for quite a few things, including Gaia's Cradle, Tolarian Academy, Show and Tell, Sneak Attack. They're all in this block. So let's open and hope to pull some value here. Starting with Urza's Saga. So it's, I believe, uncommon, 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 rare. So uncommon, 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 rare. Put those in the back. So now we get to start with commons, like we're all more accustomed to. Rune of Protection White. It's an enchantment that can prevent all damage to you from a white source. And Cycling 2. Path of Peace. Destroy a target creature that creature's owner gains 4 life. Strong removal spell unlimited. Vishino Runner. It's a 3/2 that can only be blocked by that cannot be blocked by only one creature. Hollow Dogs is a 3/3. When it attacks, it becomes a 5/3. Power Sink. Counter target spell unless they pay X. If they don't, tap all their mana and remove all their mana from their mana pool, where it's X in a blue. Launch. Enchanted creature gains flying, and when it's put into a graveyard, return it to its hand. Gaia's Bounty. Search your library for 2 forests, put them into your hand. Opal Gargoyle. It is a 2 mana that if an opponent casts a creature spell, it becomes a 2/2 with flying. Vishano Weaponsmith. 4 mana for a 2/2. When a creature blocks it, it gets +2/+2 till end of turn. Drama Sword. So much drama, man. It's a 3 mana 2/3. When it blocks or becomes blocked, it becomes a 5/1. We've got Classic Art Duress. Destructive Urge is our first uncommon. It is whenever enchanted creature successfully deals combat damage to a player, that player sacrifices a land. Victimize. Choose 2 target creature cards in a graveyard. Sack a creature. If you do, put the 2 creatures into play tapped. This was reprinted in Conspiracy. Veiled Apparition. It's a 2 mana enchantment. When one of your opponents casts a spell, if it's an enchantment, it becomes a 3/3 with flying with upkeep, colorless, and blue. And our rare, Smokestack. Very unfun card to play against in a lot of things. It's a pretty cool card, though, for Cube. For those of you that don't know, during your upkeep, you may put a soot counter on it. During each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices a permanent for each counter on Smokestack. So, for those of you that know, there's a vintage deck called Stacks, and it's basically just playing a bunch of artifacts and such. I don't believe they play Smokestack anymore. Some iterations do that I know of, but we've got Smokestack. Not a bad rare to open, since it's actually a very powerful card that we all want to keep in mind, or that it's always cool to learn the history of when we're opening up this. Now onto Urza's Legacy, which I believe is the same sort of way, where it's uncommon, 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 rare. No, it might be just commons in the front. They changed the order now. So we've got Phyrexian Broodlings, 3 mana 2/2. Sack a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Rancor! Rawr! Those of you that have played Limited in the past, a couple years or so, remember the power of the Rancor is one of my favorite cards, or one of my favorite enchantments, rather. It's green for enchanted creature gets +2/+0 and trample, and when it's put into a graveyard, return it to its owner's hand. Thornwind Fairies. 1 colorless blue for a 1/1 that taps to deal 1 damage to target creature or player. Parch. Deals 2 damage to target creature or player, or 4 damage to target blue creature. Defender of Law. It's a 2/1 pro red. You can with flash. Yavimaya Science, a 4/4 with pro artifacts. Intervene, counter target spell that targets a creature. Sluggishness, enchanted creature cannot block. When it's put into a graveyard from play, return sluggishness to its owner's hand. Devout Harpist, it's a 1/1 for 1 that can tap to destroy a creature enchantment creature now. Multani's Acolyte, it's a green for a 2/1 with Echo. When it comes into play, draw a card. Sleeper's Guiles, 3 mana, enchanted creature can't be blocked, or enchanted creature has fear, and when it's put into a graveyard, return it to its owner's hand. First uncommon is Tickling Gnomes. It's a 3 mana 3/3 with Echo that you can sacrifice to deal 1 damage to target creature or player. Sustainer of the Realm. It's a 4 mana 2/3 flyer. Whenever it blocks, becomes a 2/5. Rank and File. When it comes into play, all green creatures get -1/-1, and are rare. Weatherseed Treefolk. When it is put into a graveyard from play, return it to its owner's hand. It's a 5/3 trample for 5. Well, now on to Urza's Destiny. The final set in the block. And, certainly a very, another, like, again, all these sets are just way too strong. You'll notice that the next set gets rapidly nerfed because of it. Oh, we have the uncommon again, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1. And begin with Goblin Gardener. It's a 2/1. When it's put into a graveyard from play, destroy target land. Multani's Degree. 4 mana to destroy all enchantments. You gain 2 life for each enchantment destroyed in this way. Silking Scourge. It's a 2/1 flyer for 4 that you can sack it to draw a card. Fend Off. Basically is target creature deals no damage, and it also cycles. Illuminated Wings, enchanted creature gains flying, and you can sack it to draw a card. Wild Kolos, it's a 2/2 with haste. Elvish Lookout is a 1/1 with Shroud. Keldon Vandals is a 4/1 for 3 with Echo. When it comes into play, destroy target artifact. Mask of Law and Grace, it's white for enchanted creature gets protection from black and red. Telepathic Spies. It's a 2/2. When it comes into play, look at target player's hand. Disease Carriers. It's a 2/2 when it's put into a graveyard from play, target creature gets -2/-2. Our first uncommon is an insane one for limited, Archery Training. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may put a bow counter on archery training. Enchanted creature gets tapped, but the creature deals X damage to target attacking or blocking creature, where X is the number of arrow counters. We have Sowing Salt. The original version, remove target non-basic land from the game, search its controller's graveyard hand library for all copies, and remove it from the game. Classic anti-Tron tech. We've got Extruder. It's a 4/3 that you can sack an artifact to put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, and are rare. Repercussion. Whenever a creature is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to that creature's controller. Well, considering this is a super expensive block to open, kind of unfortunate we only hit Smokestack, but still pretty cool we got to crack open these things. We saw a few limited bombs. We got to summon the Rancor, which sometimes you just have to summon the Rancor, guys. I want to thank you guys all for watching. Be sure to check out the other episodes of Mastering Magic. Again, thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you all for watching this episode of MTG Mastery. If you guys are interested in any of the other videos in this series, whether it be lore, draft strategies, pack analysis, or the pack openings themselves, go ahead and click on the annotations now to be taken to playlists with the full list of all uploaded content of that type. Thank you guys all for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe.